Elen Sila Lumen Omentielvo. Today, I bring to you all the War of the Last Alliance. After the destruction of Numenor and the founding of Gondor and Arnor, Sauron was thought dead by the Gondorians. But secretly, he was planning a war that would complete his domination of Middle-earth. In the Second Age year of 3429, Sauron's armies launched a surprise attack on Gondor, striking Isildur's city of Minas Ithil. Isildur's forces were completely overwhelmed and forced to flee. Isildur himself took his family by ship up the Anduin River towards Arnor, leaving his brother Anarion and most of Gondor's forces to defend Osgiliath. Sauron continued his advance on Gondor. Anarion would hold Osgiliath and even drive the orcs to the mountains. But continued fighting would weaken Anarion until all he could do was hold the city until help arrived. And help would arrive, for Isildur had warned his father Elendil, king of Arnor, of Sauron's return, and Elendil would send word for his friend Gil-galad, High King of the Noldor, to meet him at Amon-Sul. Upon the tower, oaths were sworn, and the last alliance was formed. The two armies of Lindon and Arnor would journey to the elven haven of Rivendell, and there battle plans, swords, armor, and supplies were made. In 3434, the last alliance departed Rivendell and marched for Gondor. Along the way, they were joined by King Oropher of Greenwood and King Amdir of Lindorinland, and King Durin IV of Khazad-dûm. Word would reach Sauron of the last alliance's approach, and in order to delay him, burned much of the lands south of Greenwood. The devastation was total. Not a living or green thing lived in those lands. Men would thereafter call it the Brown Lands. Sauron would pull his forces back to the Dagorlad, and the last alliance would pursue. While Gil-galad was the commander of the host, not all agreed with him. Oropher and Amdir held a personal dislike of the Noldor, and therefore, without orders, charged at the armies of Mordor. The Sylvan elves, poorly armed and poorly equipped, faced mass slaughter. Oropher was slain, and the Wood Elves driven back in defeat. Amdir and his elves found themselves fighting on marshy terrain. The poor conditions led to the deaths of many. Amdir would be killed along with half of his army. Despite this disaster, the free peoples would win the battle. Once the Noldor, Sindar, Gondorians, Arnorians, and Durin's folk joined in, the orcs were pushed back beyond the Black Gate of Mordor. A siege was set upon Barad-dûr. The siege would last for 7 years, and many from the last alliance would die, including Anarion. Finally, in 3441, Sauron, having enough, personally broke through the siege. In the battle that followed, Sauron would duel Elendil and Gil-galad. Their fight was long and difficult. Gil-galad was burned by Sauron's fiery hand, and Elendil would be given a mortal blow. But the two leaders of the free peoples had fought well, for Sauron himself was weakened. He lay on the ground and could offer no resistance against Isildur, who cut the one ring from Sauron's finger and sent the Dark Lord's spirit fleeing. With the defeat of Sauron, the orcs that remained fled for the mountains. And so the Second Age ended and the free peoples emerged triumphant. But many heroes had fallen to achieve such a victory. And that victory was not complete, for rather than destroy the ring, Isildur kept it, ensuring that Sauron returned. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, feel free to like and subscribe for more content. Please let me know how I can better improve these videos. Thanks, and as the elves say, Namaste.